Hello everybody and welcome to the Great Model Railway Challenge, where we're going loco down in a corner of the English countryside.
Nice. So 15 model railway teams from across the country will be going head-to-head in a series of creative knockout challenges.
It's simple. We want them to make a layout that will astound us and excite us, but most importantly, impress our judges.
Railway modelling is one of the UK's most enduring hobbies, and in lofts, sheds and garages across the nation, legions of unsung artists are taking years to create entire universes of miniature masterpieces.
Now, 15 crack teams of intrepid railway modellers must work miracles as they attempt to build beautifully landscaped, fully functional model railways in just 3 days.
Those talented enough to reach the grand final will help create the mother of all layouts.
And for the ultimate winners, the honour of having their creation displayed at the UK's most prestigious model railway exhibitions as champions of the Great Model Railway Challenge.
The three teams of expert modellers doing battle for the first berth in the grand final are
a Special Forces unit assembled specifically for this mission, strangers on a model train.
Being a group of strangers, it's not going to hold me back from my goal. I'm going to do everything I can to win.
Celtic warriors from the beaches of South Wales, Team Porthcawl.
We're going to fly the flag for our folks back home and make Wales very proud of us.
And famed modelling masters from one of the UK's top modelling schools, Missenden Modellers.
We've got a great team with multi-talented. We want to win if we can. I think we will do. I think we'll walk it.
The two judges with the power to make or break our team's dreams are the editor of the UK's leading railway magazine and indisputable modelling royalty, Stern Steve Flint.
Crikey, look at the kink in that track.
And award-winning master modeller and renowned modelling vlogger, the even-handed but iron-fisted Kathy Millett.
They've got plywood with screw holes in it. That's like mocking us.
Each heat of the Great Model Railway Challenge sees teams building layouts to a deliberately offbeat and creatively taxing theme, which this week is classic movies. What on earth have you guys let yourselves in for? Just 3 days to create a model railway layout that will blow our judges away.
Really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. As you know, we're looking for layouts inspired by famous films. It doesn't have to be movies with trains in. You can be something on rom-coms or mysteries, or even make yourself a real Great Western layout. We got the cameras set, light set, sound set, action! The teams will begin their builds by laying and wiring their track.
Track laying is a very important part of the early stages of building a layout. If they don't get that finished by the close of today, then they're really going to struggle.
All being well, we should have all the track down sort of during the morning, and then hopefully we'll be able to test the trains this afternoon. If I can keep them in line, of course.
I'm busy here. I'm a man on a mission.
Missenden Modellers are a hugely respected and experienced modelling club, and Captain Barry is running a tight ship.
Rob, I think my Ace Electronics Wismo is about to reconnect the DCC supply, and then we'll probably run some trains by lunchtime if we're lucky.
Strangers on a model train are all solo modellers who've come together specifically for this project. Unfortunately, their captain has forgotten some important track laying tools.
I left my track laying box at home, which have got all my track curves in and such like that.
Those tools are something to make the curve nice and smooth, and secondly, something to hold the track down. It would have saved a lot of time and made it look better, but we're going to get around it.
You can't actually kick your own backside, can you? But you want to.
Meanwhile, Team Porthcawl have made speedy progress with their ambitious three-tiered layout by using expandable white foam to create height.
Hello, I'm Alan. I'm the team captain of the Porthcawl Railway Club.
Superb.
I used to go there on holiday.
Oh, fabulous. You lucky person, you.
What's the theme of your layout?
Our model railway is based on a backlot tour of a movie studio.
OK.
Train goes off around the circuit, visits Jurassic Park, and it emerges into James Bond backlot set. So we'll have a number of effects, like a house on fire,
Wow.
a collapsing
You
viaduct.
have a house on fire, a collapsing viaduct.
Yeah, and a train being eaten by a digger.
Eaten by a digger?
Yes. If you watch James Bond, that did happen in one of the James Bond films recently.
Yeah. I've heard of 00 gauge. This is 007 gauge, Cathy A.
How do you guys know each other?
Through Mussington Modellers. They run 3 training courses a year.
Hang on, did you say training courses?
Yes.
I mean, are we talking about where inexperienced modellers go and learn to be the absolute nuts?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you guys are like the SAS of the model railway world, isn't
Yes.
it? Talk us through your layout, Barry. What have you got planned?
So it's all based on British films between 1940 and 1960. A lot of them are based on Ealing Studios.
Which movies have we got nods to?
We've got Whiskey Galore, which is referenced by a boat down here. Another one we're doing quite a bit with is Lady Killers.
What else?
And then we've got Passport to Pimlico. We've got a helicopter that will fly in.
What?
You know, my RC-controlled helicopter.
No wires.
No wires, no.
What's your biggest worry for your team? For you personally?
Now, not a lot.
So you guys have come here to win?
Probably.
Well, I'd like to shake the hand of the winner right now. Great to meet you, Barry. We're going to leave you to it because you've got to...
Good luck and we'll see.
We'll see. Thanks, guys.
You are one of the strangers on a model train.
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
We're all strangers. We
How so?
We never met before.
Oh, right, so you come together just to do this competition. How is it working, then, with a bunch of total
Well,
strangers?
very well, actually. They've all got good inputs. Artistic, sound, all parts of what we do.
Right.
And it's come together very well.
Well, Malcolm, what have you come up with as a plan?
The theme we've got is The Longest Day.
Longest Day, which, if memory serves, is all about preparations for the D-Day invasion.
Yes.
OK. Did you see Dunkirk?
No, don't go there.
What was wrong with Dunkirk?
And they got into a train that was made in the 1960s.
The train at the end, he gets in?
Yeah, it had blue Formica tables and top sliding windows. So...
Right. So you're going to do The Longest Day, and what is that going to
Well, we've
involve?
taken a little tiny part of it. So what we've done, we've taken a disused chalk quarry and we've added a tank part.
And you're going to have lots of animations? What's going to be happening?
We should, with a bit of luck, have a parachute drop in the corner.
Ooh.
And then we'll have a Spitfire flying across.
It should be fabulous, Malcolm.
Well, I hope so.
Malcolm, got a lot to do.
Thank you. I'll crack on.
Yeah, nice
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you.
Whilst Rob continues wiring Missendon's track, his teammates make headway with the scenery, mounting a rather fancy 3D back scene onto their Ealing Studios themed layout.
So the back scene's up. It's beginning to look quite nice. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's coming on.
So the most striking feature about the Missenden modellers is that amazing 3D backdrop. The force perspective, the extra layers, they add so much to it.
Looking down the line, I don't think anybody else has got anything like this. They're looking OK. Not as good as ours, I don't think.
Barry may be feeling confident, but Team Porth Cool have already steamed in front by testing their track first.
It's running.
How have you achieved this? Look where everybody else is.
Witchcraft.
This is incredible. Is it all working then?
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of bits of track left to put in, but probably 80% of it is operational.
And what better way to celebrate getting track laid and tested before their rivals than with some tea and cake?
Slice of cake? Oh, thank you very much. Super. That'll set my diabetes off a treat.
Oh, dear.
So this is it, boys. Track testing time. Are you confident it's going to work?
Yeah, Rob's the man.
Flip the switch.
Rob's the man.
Let's see it.
The wheels.
Ah, yes, we're on. There we go. Chuff, chuff.
Chuff.
Yes, let's have a round of applause. Yes.
I'm not really thinking about the competition. I'm just thinking about my team, and if somebody's better than us, terrific. But I don't think there will be.
Well, I love movies and I love model railways, so this is just like the best show ever.
Perfect, absolutely.
Let's talk Team Porth Cool first of all.
What I love about Porth Cool is the potential for animations. They've got dinosaurs and they've got James Bond. They're going to have viaducts collapsing, houses going on fire. If they pull it all off,
Yeah.
wow.
If you're excited by them, wait till you hear about Strangers on a Model Train and their exciting Longest Day layout. There's going to be tanks, but there's a lot of animation, isn't there, Cathy?
Yeah, they've got parachutes jumping out.
The other thing that's different about them is, as their name suggests, Tim, they've never worked with each other before. They've made a super group, if you like, for this challenge.
Let's talk about our Missenden modellers, and those guys are here for one reason. Not just to win this round, but to win the grand final.
Wow. What on earth have they got planned, Steve?
A model railway that depicts movies from the 1940s and 1950s.
Yeah. They've got a flying pig on a genuine flying helicopter.
Interesting.
Wow.
So, Steve, what could go wrong?
Barry's head could get stuck in the door.
Poor old Barry.
After severe delays on the line this morning, strangers on a model train have caught up on track laying and testing, and they're getting back on schedule.
That's a winner, isn't it? Formula One train going around there. At least the track we know is working now, so...
Yeah, it's a good end for the day.
The team coming together for the first time today have proved that we can cohesively work properly. Despite original sort of setbacks this morning, where I forgot the track stuff, we've got some trains running, we've tested the main circuit, so at the end of the day, I'm quite happy.
It's coming together better than expected. We've got a great team here, that's brilliant.
We're having a ball. It's looking better and better. Without a doubt, we're going to win.
Day 2 on the Great Model Railway Challenge, and so far our film theme has been a real success. All 3 teams have made strong starts. All 3 have already tested their trains, which is important because when you're talking movies, you need a soundtrack. Now, though, which teams can stay composed?
One of the criteria the teams will be judged on is how creatively they interpret this week's theme. So today, they'll focus on the scenery that will enhance their layouts and reveal their true artistry.
I'm feeling great, really exhilarated after what we achieved yesterday. But we can't be complacent. We've got lots of scenery to do, just got to get on with it and face the challenge.
While engineering work continues on the main boards, next door in the art room, the creatives are modelling the scenics that will bring the layouts to life.
My job is all about painting, weathering and detailing. I'll be using my skills to add as much detail to the models as possible.
To allow them to really showcase their modelling skills, each team has been given an equal budget and an equal amount of time prior to the competition to pre-build 6 key scenic items.
Alan from Team Porthcawl is creating his pre-built item in sections using a 3D printer.
This is a viaduct support. This will be part of a viaduct which will collapse as part of one of our effects.
How long does it take you to make something like this?
That would probably be about 3 or 4 hours.
This fellow here, this is also done on it?
This is part of the viaduct again, and together it'll hopefully make quite an impressive structure.
Back in the display room, Alan's teammates are terraforming the landscape that will support his viaduct using chicken wire, papier-mâché and plaster cloth.
Hopefully by the end of the day, the base scenics will all be on there, so we'll have a bit of green showing instead of it looking like a snow scene.
Are you right at the far end there?
It just goes.
No, I'm about 4 inches short this end.
After getting off to a somewhat shaky start yesterday, Malcolm is planning to fast-forward his landscaping using a sheet of grass matting.
This will act as a base coat, and then I can put static grass in patches on this. I'm hoping this method will save us time, so we can actually do all the detailing tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Captain Barry of the Missenden Modellers is feeling pretty pleased with his team's progress.
I've got a really good team and we're well organised, and with the skills we have and the organisation we have, you know, we get through stuff and do it well. There's not a chance the other teams can catch us up now. Having looked at where they are, they're nowhere close.
Andrew, this is becoming this, and it looks amazing.
Thank you. We're really pleased with it.
You've got some big houses and some little houses that represent things that are far away.
Exactly. This was Barry's idea about how to make the layout really special.
Right.
The houses get smaller as you go into the back scene. So this is the front row of houses, and these are scaled at 100% scale. The row of houses exactly opposite them is scaled at 90%. And then the row behind that is 80%.
Right.
And then 70%, and then 50% along the back. And then the back scene carries on that perspective line.
It's an astonishing job you've done. How many houses are we looking at here? Or will we look at?
I think there's about 80 on the layout.
So each team's allowed 6 pre-built items.
Yeah.
How many of your 6 pre-built items do these 80-plus houses represent?
This is one of the 6.
I see. Andrew, good luck.
Thank you.
Now, as if building a model railway in just 3 days wasn't hard enough, on day 2, each captain must give up one team member to complete the Scratch Build Challenge. Scratch building is a technique where modellers build unique creations from raw materials rather than from manufactured kits. Judge Kathy wants to take that skill to the next level by challenging the modellers to repurpose unusual everyday items and integrate them seamlessly into their layouts. Kathy, what are you looking for in the Scratch Build Challenge?
I'm looking for creative flair. I want to see these integrated effectively into your layout, but don't take the easy option.
OK, I was going through my great-grandmother's loft the other day and pulled out a few items for you. The first one you have to incorporate is a high heel shoe. Brilliant face. Oh, no. Second thing you've got is lipstick. They're on your layouts, the clock's ticking. Crack on. Good luck.
I'm definitely feeling the pressure. What I'm going to do with the lipstick, I haven't got a clue. I might end up wearing it, so there we go.
You could make this into a sort of little hat. With just the right sort of shape. You know, paint it, same as the Nissan hats.
I think the Scratch Build Challenge is totally stupid. We're model makers, not clowns. Don't make us so. In my view, I would bin these items.
Despite Malcolm's misgivings, Ollie and the other Scratch builders crack on with their upcycling.
If this is the key side, then that just sits on the top there as a projection out into the river. So I'm going to take my saw and start cutting round about here.
Whilst Andrew tries to take the high out of his heel...
I don't know whether women have iron girders in their shoes or not, but we're getting there.
Kathy takes a moment to look at his team's layout, and she has some concerns about the amount of pre-built items Missenden seem to have brought with them.
They definitely put more items out every time I've been there, and they're all pre-builds. I'm definitely getting to more than 6 now.
Right. How many do you think they've got?
Well, they had those 5 rows of terrace houses.
Well, that's 5 there immediately. And then what else?
Well, I think they've got a station and a viaduct.
OK, that's 6.
I think they've got a sort of dock area.
We're immediately already in the red.
They've got warehouses.
Yeah.
And warehouses. This is really serious. It's just not fair on the other teams.
I do respect their enthusiasm.
I think they've got carried away, though. I think we need to go and talk to them.
Let's do this, Kathy. We'll bring Steve and Tim as well. Might get tasty. Steve can handle himself. Barry.
Hi.
We feel there might be an issue with your layout.
OK.
Yeah, Barry. I can see you've already got 6 items on this layout.
Right.
And I suspect you've got more to come.
OK.
I'm worried that's a possible infringement of the rules and could lead to an unfair advantage.
As I understood the rules, we've followed them. We were told to be ambitious and go for it, and we have done that.
Well, ambitious is good, but I think it's one thing to say that a house is an item. It's a generous interpretation to say that a row of houses can be one item. And you've got 5 rows of houses coming in, is that right?
Yeah, there's 5 terraces.
OK, and then the dock scene, how many buildings does that comprise?
Well, it's a dock.
In my view as a judge, you already have 6 items on this layout.
Right. What I probably need to understand is what the penalty might be if we add some more things.
We mark you down on the fact that your pre-build has burst the envelope.
Right, OK.
I think the important thing is the judges have communicated to you their feelings, and be it at your own peril, so it's up to you to make the decision.
OK. I sort of get where the judges are coming from, particularly in light of how unprepared some of the other teams seem to have been when they arrived. I think we just prepared well. The team and I will have a chat about this and then we'll decide what to do.
Meanwhile, the Scratch Build Challenge continues, and Simon from Porthcawl is channeling his inner fashionista as he gives his high heel shoe a radically retro twist.
I've decided I'm going to turn it into a cave to advertise the Jurassic Park side of the layout, and with a couple of dinosaurs in it. The plaster cloth is going to be wrapped over it to make it look like a piece of hillside, and then there'll be static grass put over on the top of it.
Attention teams, there are 10 minutes remaining in the Scratch Build Challenge. Teams, you have just 1 minute to complete the Scratch Build Challenge.
I think that is excellent, Ollie. few weeds around that.
3, 2, 1. Your time is up on the Scratch Build Challenge. Where are your Scratch Build Challenge items, Andrew?
So, it's in this area.
OK, I can
You
see
can
the
see
heel,
the heel.
right? OK,
we made it into part of the dock side.
Something else is done. I've spotted it. Looking at the chimney, the inner collar of the lipstick
That's
container.
right.
Dare I say it? Pretty creative. Well done, dude. Right, thank you. Ollie, where's the shoe?
The strapping on the front of it, just hiding that tank.
Right.
The heel is now present as the entrance to this bunker into the cliff.
Where's the lipstick?
That's now painted black on that wagon.
No way.
Yeah. There is one final thing. When I was sawing off the heel, it created a lot of shredding. And what Harry had the idea to do was to collect it and to make it look like model coal.
Good moves.
Thank you.
The bomb, that's my favourite thing, is...
The bomb?
Absolutely. Simon, it's a movie theme, right?
Yeah.
Which movie?
Jurassic Park.
What's that?
That is one of those completely useless structures that you see around theme parks. When you see them, you think, what on earth they spent money building something like that?
One question, though. Which is the scene, and I know it fairly well, where there's a stegosaurus coming out of a massive high-heeled shoe covered in fake grass?
I've no idea. I've never seen the films.
Right, OK.
I think the Scratch Build Challenge is awful, and whoever designed it is a sadist.
Right, dramatic day today. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's start with the Scratch Build Challenge. What do you think?
Missenden, they had all the pieces, maybe a little bit obvious. Overall, not that exciting, but they got everything in there.
All right, come on. We're itching to talk about Porthcawl. What was that? OK, moving on. Right, strangers on.
I liked it. I liked it.
It's just a massive shoe covered in grass.
All right, who gets it then, Kathy?
Well, that leaves us with Strangers on a Model Train. I just loved what they did. They'd even used the ground-up bits of plastic from the heel as coal, and it looked really good.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
That bomb, you loved it.
OK, so the Scratch Build goes to...
Strangers on a Model Train.
Great.
Ollie did a marvellous job with the Scratch Build Challenge, which I was very dubious of at the beginning. However, I picked the right man for the job, and he's done a perfect job.
The big story has to be this business of the pre-built items for Missenden.
What do the rules say on what they can and cannot bring with them from home?
They are allowed to bring 6 buildings/models/scenic items.
Right.
So what defines...
A scenic item?
Absolutely.
We've allowed a row of terraced houses. I think 5 rows of terraced houses as one item.
I think that Barry's quite aware that he has been a bit cheeky with bringing something like 80 buildings and sundry port and factory items too. The question is, do you come down hard on them now, Kathy and Steve, or do you say, I'm going to penalise you, but you're still in the game?
My view is they know the rules. If they want to add more things, it's going to severely knock them.
What do you think?
I'm going to keep an open mind until the very end of the competition.
They said they were here to win, so the right thing to do would be to not add any more units. Surely, Kathy?
It's going to be a fantastic layout if they put everything on. It may be a fantastic layout if they don't. Time will tell.
It's competition time for you at home now, and we're sending one lucky winner and a friend on a 2-night trip to the Lake District. Choose to arrive by train, and on a day of your choice, head to Ravenglass and Exdale Railway. Spend the day aboard their steam train, imagining a bygone age of rail travel as you pass through the scenic Cumbrian countryside. Stop off en route for a pub lunch on us, and if you're feeling inspired to create your own model version at home, there's £1,000 to help set those plans in motion. Full steam ahead. For a chance to win, text MODEL to 65555 or call 0902 055 3555 or post your name and phone number to Model PO Box 7557 Derby DE1 0NP. Text costs £2 plus one message at standard network rate. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Lines close at midday on the date shown on screen and 3 working days later for postal entries. For rules, go to channel5.com/win.
Day 2 here at Fawley Hills certainly brought drama, with judges issuing one of our teams with a warning about their layout. Were Missenden listening? Were they taking the pre-build rules and dissing them? And where does this leave our other two teams? We're certainly set for a dramatic finale to our movie challenge.
On the final day of the build, teams will turn their attention to the moving animated elements that will take their layouts to the next level.
I need to see what it's doing.
The weights underneath aren't pulling it down.
I'm feeling a little bit concerned because we've got so much scenery and all our animations to work on, but hopefully the team will rally together and we'll sort it out between us.
Attention! You have just 5 hours left to complete your layouts.
Today we're working on the scenery on one side, the sound on the other side, and Ollie and I are working on the animations to ensure that everything that should move will move properly.
Meanwhile, before Missenden put the finishing touches to their design, there's an emergency meeting to discuss the elephant in the room. Should they include all their pre-built items in their layout and, in doing so, exceed the judges' 6-item limit?
What's the team view?
That was exactly what I imagined it looking like, and it looks good.
Yep, absolutely.
Original design, and here it is.
And for real.
In real life in front of you.
Is there anything we want to take away? Not have the boats, possibly. Leave the station out, whatever.
It's a pity, because it all works.
So what do we think, guys?
It's absolutely fine as it is.
Absolutely. I agree.
Take the wrap on the knuckles.
Yeah, let's take the wrap.
OK. Let's show them what we can do.
I'm just gobsmacked. I'm so pleased with the way it looks. Sorry, guys, no.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, no, I've lost it a bit. I've got quite emotional in there about it because I could see that potentially this thing was going to be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Stellar model.
Yeah. One question, just one question. I just need to hear an answer to this. The judges have told you there might be a penalty for leaving out something. Do you think you can come here and still win?
We probably can still win it, even if we take a dink. Because it's like the layout is that good and the scenics are so good and the whole thing's so different.
Well, I admire your courage and your bold approach. Get back in there and do what you're doing.
So I've got a couple of buildings to go and build.
We'll keep it together, though, all right?
Yeah, we're absolutely together. We'll finish this. OK? Take care.
Right, cheers.
What the judges said is not really knocked our confidence, my confidence. I think we're still going to win this heat.
It's going to be an interesting decision for our judges.
Yes, it is. OK, and I hope you...
The Ealing films were all about a group of mavericks taking on authority.
Right.
And if they stick to their guns, they win. Remind you of anybody?
Missenden's layout is now fair bristling with scenic items. Porthcall's continues to look sparse.
We've got an awful lot still to do, but we'll finish it. It'll be a team effort, and it'll get done.
Get it plastered. Once we've finished it, and we can paint it. It's only going to take an hour to dry.
Time is against us now. We're getting to a fraught stage at the moment where we've got an awful lot of work yet to do. We've got lots of scenics and all our animations to do. So the team's now under instruction to get the scenics done, and with the remaining time, we'll do as many animations as we can achieve.
With Porthcawl running out of time to complete their animations, strangers on a model trains are starting to take flight.
Go on, Harry, slide it back, mate. Right now, I'm testing the height of the nylons that support the Spitfire, because I want it to come out of that back pocket, fly into this back pocket. I don't want it to strike the sky. Here we go. Oops. So, as you can see, we've got a slight snag there. It just hit the sky. What we're going to have to do is to raise the two holes that are on this side high enough so it misses that board. Simple as that.
Whilst Malcolm continues his flight tests, Porthcawl have resorted to the Bodgett and Scarpa School of Modelling.
We ran out of plaster cloth, so we've had to utilise bits of plasticine to cover up holes. We're hoping things will dry in time. It's in the lap of the gods at the moment.
We are fighting the clock now. It's an experience.
Attention! attention teams, you have just 1 hour remaining.
We're going to give it our real best shot. We really mean this because we're determined now.
Where's the wires? Yeah, where's the wires?
These 4 go up by the house there, they're the lady killers.
Having already used plasticine, Team Porthcawl now throw caution and convention to the wind, busting out their aerosols to save time.
There's a lot of spray painting going on in here. You don't want a mask like this? What do you think of mine?
Well, Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, look good with some fava beans, perhaps your liver.
Alarm! 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining.
Position the buildings, put the weeds round, put the banner on the front, walk away. Whatever's not done is not done.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Your time is up. Porthcawl, please come away from your layout.
Step away, Barry.
Barry, move back. Well done, guys. Strangers on a model train. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. Well done.
My team has done me proud, and Porthcawl proud. The Scenics were a mad panic towards the end and a real scramble to try and achieve our finish. It was a little disappointing we didn't get as many of our effects completed as we'd hoped to.
I'm really pleased how the team have all pulled together. I think we've got a chance to win it. I mean, we finished. That must put us in a good position to start with.
We're going to win this, I think. I mean, even with a dink for perhaps being overzealous with the rules, we as a group think this is well worth the effort.
Here's a chance to win a trip for 2 to the Lake District, spending a day at Ravenglass and Exdale Railway, imagining a bygone era of travel. With £1,000 included, you may even start building a model version at home. To enter, text model to 65555 or call 0902 055 3555 or post your name and phone number to model PO Box 7557 Derby DE1 0NP. For rules, go to channel5.com/win.
It's the Great Model Railway Challenge. 3 teams battling head-to-head for a place in our grand final. And this week, the theme is movies.
It's a wrap for our 3 teams and their movie-themed layouts. Time for them to be judged on 3 key criteria: how creatively they've interpreted this week's theme, the quality of their builds, and crucially, how well their layouts function.
I love the movie theme, so I'm looking for some Oscar-worthy track laying, some big screen special effects, and animations that really entertain me.
The teams will be joined by an audience of friends and family who will lend their support during the make or break demonstration phase.
First to demonstrate will be Strangers on a Model Train. They've promised the judges their longest day-inspired layout will feature a hospital train and a goods train, a flying Spitfire and a parachute drop, tank stores and Nissan huts, and atmospheric scene-setting sounds.
Strangers on a model train. Malcolm's gone round the back to do something. John, you're going to talk us through this.
That's right.
I'm itching to see this. I'm sure everybody is. Let Operation Overlord commence.
OK, let's start running the trains. The longest day is a film that inspired us, but we broadened that out to D-Day. Part of that build-up was getting the men and machinery to the ports on time. First thing you see coming around here, we have an ambulance train, and the Geneva Convention made sure that they had red crosses on the top to make sure they weren't bombed. And the stock comes from somewhere else in the UK, not the southern regions, because stock got all mixed up during the war. Here we have a tank store.
Hell yeah, you've got Churchills, you've got Shermans, you've got the bridge-laying Churchill.
You are good, aren't you?
I'm into all this stuff. This is fantastic. And you also have this wonderful bomb.
So very atmospheric with all these sounds. Where's all that coming from?
Well, Harry, our sound man, he's recorded those himself. and playing them back to give some of the peace and tranquility of the place that was before anything happens, of course. Oh, that's a siren.
Yeah.
I think there's an air raid happening. I think we'd better duck.
Scramble the boys.
Yeah, watch out, watch out.
Ah, here come the
Oh,
boys.
here we
Yes,
come.
the Royal Air Force are here. Look at that. Let's have a round of applause for that. That's fantastic. Bring on the Spitfires, the Supermarines.
Has this got something to do with Malcolm disappearing around the back?
It has.
Right.
Look, we've
What?
got him. We got him.
Yes.
We got him.
Right.
Yes.
All right, brilliant. That's a magnificent layout. It certainly didn't bomb, did it?
It didn't bomb. It was fantastic. Really
All right.
good. There's lots to look at and lots to represent what was going on in the lead up to D-Day.
And lots to hear as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. Can we have a round of applause for the strangers on a model train? Well done.
Next up, South Wales' finest, Team Porthcawl. Their movie studio tour layout is supposed to feature an open-top tourist train, 3 levels of track on one continual loop, a collapsing viaduct, a digger eating a train, and a falling tree. And James Bond's car smashing into a burning house.
Alan, anything you'd like to add, dude?
Unfortunately, we haven't got all our animations together in the time that we had.
I am itching to see this show, so let's start your engines.
Ah.
So we're off.
Yeah.
Basically, what happens is the train leaves the station, it goes through the tunnel, and it spirals up to emerge onto the Jurassic Park film studio set.
Ah, here we come.
What's amazing about this layout, I have to say, it's just one consistent track, isn't there? There are no breaks in it.
No breaks in it.
Which is an amazing feat considering the gradient.
The animation we didn't manage to get done was there should have been a falling tree to stop the train, with the dinosaur roaring at the train as though it's about to come and...
OK.
So, of course, we're coming around up to another level, up another gradient, and we're going to merge now onto the James Bond set. Here we come.
There was talk of a collapsing viaduct, Alan.
Right, there should be a collapsing viaduct.
Whoa! Let's have a round of applause for the collapsing viaduct! Hey,
Also at the back, there's a Bond-esque Aston Martin. Is that going to go...
Well, the intention was that would run along and crash into this building.
Right.
And the building would catch fire, but unfortunately the battery ran out on the Aston Martin.
Could the building still catch fire?
No. It's one of the effects we didn't get round to, I've got to be honest.
OK, well, who's the digger driver? Because he's rubbish.
Well, it's taken off Skyfall, the movie.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah.
Oh, no way, that's really cool. So you've actually had to chop up one of your carriages?
Yes.
Wow, that's commitment.
What a fabulous movie studio tour this is, Alan. Big round of applause
Absolutely.
for Porthcawl.
The final demonstration is by the Missenden Modellers and their Ealing Studio-themed layout, featuring multiple references to classic British movies. The judges are expecting to see trains travelling on a viaduct and on a second track at board level, 5 rows of houses creating forced perspective, a getaway car, a boat with animated derricks and a moving crane, crafted cameos of 12 classic movies, and a helicopter carrying a pig in tribute to the movie Passport to Pimlico.
Please start your engines, Barry.
Yes, we can.
So, pre-build has been an issue here. Yesterday we'd counted as 5 rows of houses and a factory as being your 6 pieces. Now, in our opinion, you've added the station, the viaduct, a dock scene with 2 boats and a crane. Are you happy with your decision to proceed with those?
Absolutely.
Talk us through what's happening.
So, what we've got here is a little shuttle down the front here, which is just shuttling backwards and forwards between the crane and disappearing between the warehouses. We have the dock circuit and a set of sidings down here. And then we've got the classic station with an up line and a down line.
Guys, I've noticed, if you don't mind me picking a bit of a hole in this, exposure of plywood, pine, cork. Any explanations?
Just lack of time to finish some things off.
So, does Andrew want to talk us through one or two of the cameos?
You've got David Lean's Oliver Twist on the top of the warehouses over there.
Yeah.
Then you've got Brief Encounter being filmed on the platform. And the man in the white suit's just down under the bridge here. And then this is the SS Cabinet Minister, which was the boat that features in Whiskey Galore.
Right.
The derricks of the shipwork, however...
Ah, yeah, oh, look at that. They're fantastically done. Done prior to arriving here, but still fantastically done.
Am I right in thinking you've got moving vehicles as well?
We do.
That is brilliantly done.
Barry, I have one bone to pick. I clearly remember mention of something called a flying pig.
I promised you flying pigs.
Let's see the flying pig.
Flying pigs you'll get. Look, it's a flying pig, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the pork chopper!
Nice.
You like that? Wow, a dramatic round. Controversy, plenty of it.
Well, let's start with the strangers on a model train.
Yes.
You know, they really tried to capture the image of the days up to the D-Day landing. And if you look at the build quality of all their models, as far as I'm concerned, it's absolutely stunning.
Brilliant.
First class. The Spitfire was fun, and so was the Paratrooper.
Yeah.
And they won the Scratch Build Challenge.
Yes, they did.
Feather in their cap.
You talk about feathers in their caps. What about grass in their shoe? The terrifically entertaining Porth Call layout. What did you make of that?
I think the concept was really good. That spiral of track going round.
Yeah.
It just lacked that build quality, and they ran out of time on the animations.
Right, the Missenden modelers. Let's start with you, Steve.
Interesting, to say the least, because we've already considered that they overcooked the rule book.
I look at his layout and I look what was there when we gave him that ultimatum, and he chose to ignore that and to keep adding. So let's look at what they did when they were here rather than what they brought with them ready done. They've put in some manky roads, they've put down plastic block paving that they've not even bothered to paint, they've got plywood with screw holes in it. That's like mocking us. Oh, we can't be bothered to do it because we're so good we'll go through.
Well, no, the reason that they gave for not doing that was that they'd run out of time.
They've brought 2/3 of the layout with them and they've run out of time. I'm not buying it.
So can I ask one question, Steve? Are they going through?
Rules are rules, and we do have to take into account how far they've stretched them.
So that's a no from Steve. Kathy, remember they had a flying pig in there?
Pigs might fly.
So that's a no.
Definite no.
Wow. So unbeknown to the teams, Missenden are now officially out of the running. And it's a two-horse race for a place in the final between Porth Call and Strangers on a Model Train. So, this is it, crunch time. And what a show you guys have put on. In fact, better than any movie I've ever seen.
You've given us loads of plot twists and turns, but the last bit of drama is going to come from our judges, Kathy and Steve.
Judges, your verdict, please.
And the winner is... Strangers on a Model Train.
Strangers on a Model Train did a really great, solid layout. It was excellent. Really class piece of modelling. Worthy winners.
The standard of modelling that the Missenden team brought with them was absolutely superb. But the standard of modelling they did on the day wasn't up to the level of Strangers on a Model Train.
Having won this round, I'm very elated just for myself and for the team.
Do I think the verdict's fair? I think so. I wish Strangers on the Train all the success in the world going forward. I hope that they go on to win.
I'm a little bit disappointed because of the effort we put in, but at the end of the day, the best team on the day actually won.
Am I looking forward to being in the final? No, I've got a garden centre to run.
Next week, 3 more teams of modellers build 3 new layouts to a brand new theme, British television shows. Will the competition descend into soap opera?
It's quite an adventurous thing to pull off. If you don't think it's going to work, you might be best not to show it.
Or will the layouts prove to be out of this world?
Look at that, wow.
And the winner is...
And we're going life-size next tonight. Rob Bell tracks down a legendary network in New Walking Britain's Lost Railways. Whilst next, over on Paramount Network, there's High School Horror as the Stephen King season continues with Carrie.